We are live.
I'm going to give you some free advice. If you're talking to somebody in LA about how you're running late, don't tell them that you're running late because you had to sit in traffic for a whole 18 minutes. Uh, it takes me 18 fucking minutes to get to the 7-Eleven down the street. So yeah, you don't get traffic sympathy from me.
Yeah, no, I don't need it. But a 3-minute drive usually isn't uh, that long. But anyways, how you doing, man? We got a lot of people on here. I'm about to throw the comments up here momentarily.
Oh, that's cool. I'm good. I mean, I'm good-ish. I don't know. I mean, everything fucking sucks. I'm angry. I'm filled with rage and fear and sadness, and I don't know, but it's also a really pretty day here, and so that's helping.
As I told you, when Kyle complains about the rain in San Diego, I'm like, please, dude, get out of here.
If you're not used to it, it can really fuck with you.
Yeah. I'm just pulling up Substack. Thank you guys, everyone who's joining. Welcome. Thank you. I'm the reason that we are here at technically 6:04. I feel like it was 6:02, but I'll take 6:04. And I don't know, man. It feels like there's been 1,000 things that have gone wrong since we last got together here.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just more of the same, right? It's just endless chaos, cruelty, and dumb fuckery. I tell you, there was something I saw earlier today. I don't love starting this off or starting off the newsletter being critical of Democrats, right? I mean, let's be honest. We're not in the majority. We don't control anything. We're doing the best we can, right? Having said that, Peter Welch went to the fucking White House today, and I'll tell you, it was senator from Vermont, and I'll tell you, it was one of those ass kissathons where all the freaks stand around Trump and tell us how he's 10 feet tall and smells like a bucket of fucking roses, and then he said, "Why don't we start with the Democrat who's here?" And I went, "What?" And sure enough, there was Senator Peter Welch at this event about milk. Not even kidding. It was about
Oh,
milk.
I did hear the end of this whole thing where Trump was
Yeah.
going on about how everyone loves whole milk.
And so it's just like, the fuck are we doing? How many times has this shit happened where our people are under attack? We're looking at the streets of Minneapolis and we're seeing real courage every fucking day, every night. People putting their bodies on the line, their personal safety, their personal well being on the line for freedom. And the people we're paying to represent us can't even stop kissing ass. Like, I would love it if people like Peter Welch were standing out in front of ICE, detention centers, getting their heads bashed in like everybody else, putting their mouth where they want our money to be. Uh, but if you're not going to do that, how about at least stop kissing the ass of the guy who's sending the thugs? Too much to ask? Is that fucking crazy? Am I
I
like?
don't think so. I think
I
that's
mean, am I
pretty
being
nice and
unreasonable?
considerate. Very reasonable of you.
But it's just like, I mean, Trump is such a massive failure on so many fronts. It is a golden opportunity for a real opposition party, for real opposition leaders. And for reasons I can't understand, maybe I'm just not smart enough, nobody seems to want to pick up that torch, or at least not enough people want to seem to pick up that torch. Every time I see Chuck Schumer talking, I mean, he's like waving a white flag in human form. Uh, it's embarrassing. I don't know. I keep putting my faith and my hope in the people that I'm seeing laughing and pointing when a nice asshole bust ass on the ice. Say that 3 times fast. Uh, the people are showing up.
Ice taking out ice.
The people are showing up. And God bless every last one of them. I mean, I saw one interview with this woman that never protested. She'd never done anything, but then she saw the Renee Good video. She just said, "I got to do something." And
Yeah, there's people that are literally they're using their time off or they're shift workers and they are staying up extra hours to be out there.
no question. No question. Because they know what's at stake, because it's their town, it's their neighborhood that's been invaded. It's just a fucking shame they don't have more people fighting for them in Washington. Uh, I don't know what it is about our party that our first instinct is always the wrong one. I mean, it's just we are so cautious. We are so scared of our own shadows. And this is not a time to be like that. This is not a time to be calculating. Nuance and subtlety are not winning this day. Act like you're in the fucking WWE and hit somebody with a goddamn chair. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Uh,
Yeah, asterisk. Thank you
yeah.
to our,
Yeah.
our attorneys. The one thing I can't really figure out too is we talk a lot about national Democrats, but what about folks that technically or theoretically could play a role in our national party that, and we talk about layups a lot, who seem to get it right when they tell ICE to get the fuck out of their city, but then the mayor says he's not for abolishing ICE. I mean, this is not an agency that can be reformed.
It's not, and that's it, man. I've tried to hesitate on being critical of the mayor because his city's being invaded. He's balancing a lot of stuff, and honestly, we're in uncharted territory. We're asking that guy to respond to something that we haven't asked a lot of mayors to respond to. I will say this though: until Democrats learn to not be afraid of their own beliefs, we're going to keep getting pushed around. If ICE is fucking up your city, if ICE is killing your people, it doesn't need to be reformed. It needs to be stopped. I do not know where the fear comes from, why we're so scared of just saying what we believe. I mean, it's not that hard, and it's honestly very liberating. It makes you a lot tougher as a politician. You don't have to keep track of all the fucking lies. Um, I don't know, man. I keep waiting. I mean, we've seen a lot. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to criticize. We've seen shit. I'm blanking on her name. She just filed impeachment articles against Kristi Noem with like 70 co-sponsors. I'm really embarrassed. I'm blanking on her name. Um, I'm looking at the comments to see if somebody's going to save me. um, but no, I don't want to paint with a broad brush. But I think when we have Democrats who defect and go kiss a little orange ass when they Fetterman
Escobar.
No, it
No?
was.
Oh,
No.
she backs impeachment. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. And that's right. Like Peggy says, ICE hadn't been here forever. It's
Robin Kelly of Illinois introduced one with 70 colleagues.
ICE is barely old enough to get hit on by Matt Gaetz. I mean, it's only 20 years old. Shit.
That's true. Robin Kelly of Illinois.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And also Tim threw Kelly in there as well.
Thanks, Tim. That's a good one. Yeah, man. Other than that,
and by the way, like I think most Democrats could have never told you who Robin Kelly was 2 minutes ago. So this is great.
Hey.
I mean, we need people stepping up because I'm not just referring to you. I'm referring to me. I mean, our mind is shot at this hour anyways, but we need more people stepping up. I mean, it reminds me of I'm going to get her name wrong too, but Stansberry. I mean, like we've had so many people step up that are incredible Democrats, and we learn about them because they are fighting the good fight.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: politicians love attention more than oxygen. You know how to get good attention? Stand up for something right. You get famous. That reminds me. We got to talk about T.J. Sabula, the Michigan auto worker who called Trump a pedo protector and got cussed, got the F-bomb dropped on him by Cankles. This guy's my fucking hero. I mean, not only does he like talk beautifully about seizing the faith, the opportunity for faith that was thrust upon him, but it's the no regrets. It's to me, that's real America. When I see these simps on social media kissing Elon's ass and kissing Trump's, I mean, these are losers. If you think Joe Rogan is a real man whose ass you need to kiss, then buddy, you're the one having a masculinity crisis. So I gotta say, it's really cool to see a real blue collar, what the New York Times would say, a real American, one of the diner people.
I'm sorry, what's her name from Selena? So what's Pittsburgh? Selena, whatever.
Oh, Zito.
Zito.
Yeah.
Whatever she would call them. And all the fake people she pretends to talk to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when she's not making shit up. No, the reason I brought up TJ after we were talking about, a good way to get famous as a politician is by standing up for the right thing. So, TJ stood his ground. He said his piece. He spoke truth to power. And he didn't do that for a reward. However, he has gotten rewarded. The last time, last I saw, his GoFundMe was closing in on 500,000. Um, my takeaway from this is that I hope more and more Americans will see how lucrative it can be to call Donald Trump a pedo protector to his face. So let's hope this is the start of something new.
Yeah, I agree. And also, as of like 8 hours ago, even they're not always the best, but even UAW figured it out and saw the writing on the wall. I mean, UAW backed him, and
Mhm.
which is big. So I mean, I assume that
I mean,
like
they fucking better.
yeah, they better, but everyone's weak. So the fact that UAW backed him and this guy,
Yeah.
I'd love to see this guy raise, $2, 3, 4, $5 million. And some of these people that are the most outspoken and get it are the ones that never thought they'd be in the position they were in. This guy TJ just happened to be there when all this happened, and he did the right thing. It's like our friend Julie in Virginia when she gave the middle finger to the motorcade. It's like the MPD officer who is still with MPD, and MPD signed off on him going on national television to talk about what it was like on January 6th, on the anniversary of January 6th. He is one of the few officers that has not retired that is still working there.
I don't even think I knew that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get his name wrong, but anyways, we're not good with names today, but one of those officers, one of those sort of like 3 or 4 key officers. Yeah, he was on cable TV throughout the day of the anniversary, and MPD put him on to make sure that he could speak the truth when Donald Trump launched that bullshit website.
Oh man, here's a good comment. So can I only buy a Subaru now? I've been a Ford gal all my life. So I feel you. I drive a Ford too. Although I got to tell you, it's kind of a piece of shit, and I've regretted getting it from the beginning. I don't know what we do here. I got to tell you, I felt like a real hypocrite giving the finger to Tesla Cybertrucks and saying "fuck your Nazi car" while driving around in my Ford. Um, I don't know, man. I was thinking about this
Although,
last
have you
night.
seen the
Like,
new sticker on a Tesla? It's like, I own this before Grok started posting child pornography photos.
just sell the fucking car, man.
Yeah.
just sell the fucking car. Um, yeah. What were we talking about?
Talking about cars, Ford,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Subarus.
So no, look, I've struggled with this too, and I was thinking like, okay, who am I benefiting by having a Ford? I don't want to give money to the CEO who can't stop kissing orange ass, but I do want to support a brave American worker like TJ. So I don't know. I don't know what the easy answer is here. But yeah, I'll be honest though, I wasn't going to buy another Ford anyway. I've not had the best experience with mine, but. Also, you know this? I got in a hit and run the other day. Somebody hit my car and just kept driving. That's motherfucker. 2026, baby.
Yeah. Although, UAW deals with a bunch of other cars. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. I don't know what the answer is there.
I'm driving a non-American car for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm honest about it, my next car is probably a Toyota.
Yeah, I'm currently driving a Lexus. So,
fancy.
Hey, no, I don't know about fancy, but it's not going to break down.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite cars I've ever had, and I got it in 2010 or 11. It was a 1992 Lexus SC 400. My mom bought it for me for like $5,000. She just found it. It had one owner, not that many miles on it, and I freaking love that car. And I'll tell you, it was funny. I ended up having to sell it, but you remember John Wall played for the Washington Wizards?
Of course.
He played at Kentucky before he played for the Wizards, and I invited him after his rookie year to the White House Correspondents' Dinner as my guest. I was a big fan, and the thing I didn't know, because I was young and not used to hanging out with rich and famous people, is I was supposed to arrange a car for him to get home. So after the dinner's over, we're just standing around in the driveway at the Hinckley Hilton, and it's John and his manager and me, and so I'm just making small talk while I'm waiting for a car to get there. I was like, "So what's the first car you ever bought? When you were the #1 draft pick in the NBA?" And he said, "Oh, I bought an Escalade, you know." And then he almost does an afterthought. He says, "You know, but yeah, that's not what I wanted." I said, "Oh shit, what'd you really want?" He said, "Well, I wanted a 1992 Lexus SC 400." He explained that as a boy in Raleigh, North Carolina, that's what all the cool older people were driving. I said, "John, you're not going to believe this, but I have a Lexus SC 400 1992 right now that I will sell you for $50,000." And he didn't take me up on it, but man, what an enormous coincidence.
It's a small world.
Yeah. It's like
Um,
John Voight's Chrysler LeBaron, right?
do you remember the John Voight Seinfeld episode? Did you ever see that one?
I
Where
do.
I think it was
Yeah.
George bought
Yeah, the bike
John.
marks.
Yeah,
By the
yeah,
way,
yeah, exactly.
did you see that Seinfeld's daughter is one of Barry Weiss's loyalists?
No, but I just got the craziest message that popped up on StreamYard. That's gonna piss both of us off and everyone else. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so my account was verified in 2016 on Twitter during the presidential election. Didn't ask for it. They verified it. I just got an alert. A premium account is now required. X Twitter to create live broadcasts. So Elon has, since our last one, made this. So he now wants me to pay a monthly fee in order to push this to Twitter, despite the fact that the account is still verified.
Don't give him a fucking penny. Yeah, we'll figure something out. But no money to that asshole. It's getting hard to spend any money without supporting pedos. Ain't that the fucking truth, man? Has it always been like this? And like we were just naive? I don't know.
Yeah.
You look like you look. I can see the steam coming out of your ears.
I was talking with Brett from Midas yesterday, and I noticed a couple different changes on Twitter, including the fact that he's made it so we can't see certain things with verified accounts. And so I thought something was up, and this explains a lot. So, anyways, yeah, I was just processing that in real time.
Yeah. Well, fuck Elon, but that's always been our philosophy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is wild, right? Like, I mean, he just straight up said he was going to buy Twitter to turn it. I mean, you know, it's amazing. We discount when we talk about losing last year's election. One of the things we don't talk about is that a right wing nut job bought Twitter and turned it into a megaphone for the extreme right. It sort of reminds me, like, one of the things I always thought about. You know, I covered the first 3.5 years of Obama's presidency, and when I look back, one of the things I always think about is like, it's amazing to think how, like, at the beginning of his presidency, we still had Blackberries. At the end of his presidency, every single American was walking around with a supercomputer with a camera in their pockets. And it's just, I mean, it was just such a massive
or a
change.
blueberry, depending on your color.
What?
The blue Blackberry, we call it the blueberry. But yeah, you remember the blueberry or Blackberry pin?
I mean, I remember playing Brick Breaker. That was
that was
why I was hesitant to give up my BlackBerry. That because I thought it was like a cool status symbol for Washington nerds, and
they had the greatest holsters too.
That tells you how much of a fucking loser I was. Yeah. Anyway, it was just such a massive, you know, digital revolution, and it's not something we ever talk about or really consider.
Yeah, there was a Jump Quick says bring back BlackBerry. There was a time I feel like maybe it was 6-7 months ago where I thought BlackBerry was making a comeback, but I don't know.
Yeah, no,
and Nextel. Do you ever have a Nextel where you could do walkie-talkie?
No, I didn't.
That was fantastic.
I did have the old Nokia.
Yes,
that everybody had. Yeah.
Switch out the antenna, have a little light show going, or whatever else you wanted.
What? No, I didn't do that either.
The Nokia, man, you could change everything on it.
Not on the Nokia I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a few years. I got a few years on you. It's
yeah, but I was working like as soon as I get a work permit, you know, I went out there, I had a pager, I had a phone. So I feel like we're still like on the same level when it comes to the timing of all that, you know. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Walkie-talkie feature. Motorola StarTAC. I had one of those too.
By the way, I've got a hard out tonight. My Kentucky team sucks, but they play at 4. And I tell myself that this is my relaxation and this is how I unwind.
And then I wind up with Adam getting here fucking 4 minutes late.
Well, no, it's just I'm not sure that watching your team suck and lose is a good way to vent or to like de-stress.
Not a
But
good
it
place
does.
to go to after this.
But it does get me to put my phone down, and I think anything that does that these days is a win.
P Defender would like to know where the Lakers cap is.
Oh, I got a haircut, Peter. I mean, oh no, it's Pamela. Pamela Fender. Yeah, no, yeah, I got a haircut. I thought, and I showered today, and I figured the combination of those two things meant I could go without a hat today.
Well, good for
There's a lot
you.
of. I tell you, I'm a little worried about the dysfunction on the Lakers. I was already worried about the lack of defense. But man, with Rich Paul out there talking shit about Austin Reeves, that concerns me greatly because I love Austin Reeves, and I think most Laker fans do. Oh wait, sorry, wrong show.
No problem. Debbie Johnson, Honey Badger. That's a great name.
Yeah,
Mentioned the Motorola Razor. That was a good one.
that's what we used to call my niece, the Honey Badger, because the Honey Badger don't give a fuck.
Exactly. Debbie Johnson wants to know, Sam, what is the rationale behind Clinton's refusal to testify?
Man, it's a really good question. You know, I feel like I feel like I should preface this by pointing out that I never worked for the Clintons, and I don't I don't feel any loyalty to them. I really like Hillary, but I've never really had a very good relationship with Bill Clinton. I was a reporter who, I don't think he liked me very much.
Sam was a reporter who reported my fundraising call with Bill Clinton while I was working for him.
I think, I think they're trying to avoid being used, and there's no good way to do that. Jamie Comer has decided to raise them as his primary distraction to avoid going after the Trump White House over the Epstein files. My understanding is that the Clintons asked to testify publicly, which I think is always a smart move, because in a normal world, that would put the onus back on the Republicans to say, oh, okay, we'll do it in public because we don't have anything to hide. I don't know, but I'll tell you this. It's not a joke. I mean, we saw Steve Bannon go to jail for criminal contempt. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, but I hope, I assume. I mean, here's one thing I know for sure: the Clintons are way smarter than Jamie Comer. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, that's a good point right here. Why feel compelled to testify if the DOJ isn't compelled to release the files? I mean, that's the big thing. No one's talking about the files anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. It's well, Michigan auto workers are. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to be diplomatic about this, and that is not always
I think you've been very
my strongest
diplomatic
suit.
because your first reaction of the Clintons could have been different.
Yeah.
And then you kind of thought about it for 12 to 18 hours. And then you talked about it in TBS today. And I thought that was like a nice sort of hat tip to them.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll be honest. If you don't know the truth, I've always really admired Hillary Clinton. I have not always felt the same about Bill. I'll tell you, one of my favorite campaign events I ever covered was a county fair in, I believe, Conrad, New Hampshire. And I watched Bill Clinton work that fair the way Sinatra used to work the stage at the Sands. I mean, it was the best I've ever seen, ever seen. In fact, someday I'll tell you all the whole story. I do a whole Bill Clinton impression as he was going from like booth to booth. Truly, truly gifted politician, and also I think most people would agree, also a very flawed man, as we all are. But there are times I think Democrats are lying to themselves if they don't think he can be a millstone around the neck of the party, especially with younger voters who don't understand why Democrats turned a blind eye to some things. But I don't think any of that has anything to do with any of this shit. I think they're being used to distract for, to cover up for the president's pedophile buddies and possibly a pedophile president himself. A lot of P words today.
Yeah, I think that's right. And, it's like you and I were texting a couple weeks ago about after Noam walked out of that hearing in the middle of the hearing. And I texted you and I said, I think that Hillary had testified in the Benghazi hearing for 11 hours without a bathroom break. I mean,
Yeah.
At what point do you just say, okay, fuck this,
But that's the thing. Like, usually when you call somebody's bluff, you win, right? Like, I think the thing we learned, cooperating doesn't get you shit. It doesn't get you the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't buy you goodwill with the public. I mean, they still hung Benghazi around her neck, and she showed up and answered every question. Um, by the way, I was thinking about that county fair thing. My favorite part was the way Bill Clinton was dressed. He was wearing white jeans, a pink gingham shirt, and a pair of ostrich skin boots. And when I asked him about the boots, he said, "Oh, thanks. They were a gift from James Lee Witt."
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, I will never, ever forget that. I do.
James Lee Witt was FEMA.
FEMA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only reason I remember who he is. Yeah.
He's since passed, I think, right? A
I think
couple of
that's
years
right.
ago.
Yeah. But I bet Bill still got the boots.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say like the running shorts and he had just got there from like McDonald's or something
No, no,
like
no, no,
that.
no. Okay, look, I'll tell you the whole thing. So, what's funny is there were three reporters walking with Bill Clinton that day. It was me, a guy named Roger Simon, who was with Politico, and the other one was Ryan Lizza, who at the time was with the New Yorker.
I
Uh,
always liked Roger, by the way.
uh, you know, I got
Not
along with
perfect,
some.
not perfect,
Yeah.
but
No, I mean, I battled with everybody at some point. But yeah, so like that, we were following Bill because it was just so interesting. But Hillary was like probably 50 to 100 yards ahead of us. Um, she just she was speeding through, and the thing about Bill Clinton is he talks to everybody, and so we go into this giant barn where they're growing these enormous pumpkins. And he addresses the crowd and he's like, "Yeah, growing these pumpkins a lot like, it's a lot like running for president." And he actually knew a lot about how to grow giant pumpkins because they grow giant watermelons in Hope. And so he came over to us afterwards. We were just like, "What was that about running for president is like growing giant pumpkins?" And he, he just laughed. He's, "I don't know. I don't know." And so we walk out of this barn, and this woman walks up to him, and she starts talking to him, and she has a noticeable German accent. And he's like, "Oh, where are you from?" And she said, "Oh, I'm from this part of Germany." And he goes, "Oh man, there's a cathedral right there on the corner of this and that I just love." And it's like, okay, from giant pumpkins to cathedrals in Germany. And then right next to her, somebody was shearing a sheep. And he's like, "Now, what you want to do is you want to get down in the joints." And it was just, I remember turning to Liz and I was like, "Man, with anybody else, this would be like the strangest thing you ever saw in your life." But, he just really good with people. And, but I'll tell you the most interesting thing from a reporter perspective was he was then walking up a hill and I was walking next to him. And on the other side of him was a Secret Service agent. And he was like, "Where's Hillary?" And the agent nodded up ahead, and Bill said, "Well, is she not shaking as many hands as we are?" And as I covered those primaries the next year, that quote kept coming back to me. I don't know. I've just always felt like Hillary is so smart, probably too smart for politics. Um, Trump is proof that we don't elect the smartest, most qualified person. Um, anyway,
well,
I've
and
been.
I think I had conversations with Hillary in the past where she talked a little bit about that because I think that she felt like I think she would even probably tell you she thought she'd be a better governor or at governing than her husband, but she didn't like the campaign aspect, right? Which is,
Yeah.
you could give her 1,000 pages in front of her and she'd be done with that in 30 minutes and she'd read every word and maybe go back and read them twice, but highlight them and put sticky notes in them and all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, in whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, these campaigns sometimes are a reason why we don't have really good people in office that are good at governing.
Oh, I completely agree. Yeah, no, it's an embarrassing reality show.
She
No,
loves
I think that's
people,
right.
but
And
she wants
look,
to spend her time
it's one thing to
doing
say,
things.
well, that's it, but it's one thing to say Hillary didn't enjoy campaigning, but I don't know if that's fair either. I mean, imagine having,
In the
a
sense
bit.
that she'd rather be out there trying to solve
Oh
problems.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there. I was thinking like, imagine having $1 billion dumped over on your head over 3 decades, defining you, um, as public enemy number one. Yeah, I gotta imagine it's not fun to get to campaign
Which
in
they'll
those
continue to do
circumstances.
when
Yeah.
she's, long past and 6 feet under. I mean, like they're gonna fundraise off these people forever. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, as you know, like the Iowa State Fair, or at the time the Harkin steak fry, where
Yeah.
she's got to put a giant piece of meat in her mouth, and she's going to be viewed and criticized differently than anyone else that has to go out there and do it. Maybe aside
And
from
nobody's ever going to
DeSantis.
match Ted Cruz's enthusiasm for doing so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, man. It's funny you'd say that because, like, I remember, like, right, like going into the '08 campaign when people started announcing they weren't running. I remember thinking, oh, so that's how you can tell somebody's really sane. Like somebody like is like not willing to just like run into oncoming traffic, and
It's
it's just,
true. It doesn't matter
oh
who you
man,
are. You are not on the level if
yeah.
you believe that you can run for president and win. And
I
some of
mean,
them win.
you're
That
crazy. I mean, I mean, you're certifiable. I mean, if you met somebody who is like, "I'm going to be president of the United States," you'd be like, okay, whatever. And like, no, seriously, I'm going to be president. I'm going to win. You'd think they're fucking crazy.
And there's a spectrum at this point then of certifiable, right? Which is like Barack Obama
Yeah.
and the guy who is proud to point out a giraffe.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't think it's like sometimes every once in a while somebody will ask me, "Do you want to run for office?" And I'm just like, "What did I do to you that you would subject me to that?" Like, well, I mean, I appreciate that. It's a nice vote of confidence, but also like I've just been around that shit my whole life. I know what it does to people. I mean,
And it's really fucking hard too. I mean, most of the stuff is set up, if you're running for president, it's set up in a way that you can't get on the ballot.
mhm.
Pennsylvania and others, that's just kind of draconian. And then if you're running for Congress, some of our friends like Nabila Islam in Georgia
Oh yeah,
have won with the FEC and made things easier now, where you can get things like childcare reimbursed. But it's set up to also hurt those folks.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like, why should that be any different than any other American system that is designed to help rich white people and fuck over everybody else? Right? I mean, it's just, it's not even
Yeah,
surprising anymore.
which I think makes some of the wins that we're seeing throughout the country in these special elections even more powerful, because
Yeah. No,
these people have had to go to hell and back to get on the ballot and do what they're doing and sacrifice a bunch of stuff and put their family out there.
no question. And I mean, and that's something we are seeing. If you're talking about things that give you hope for the future, I mean, look at how many seats we're contesting in Texas. Look at how many ballots we were just on in Virginia. And also, take a look at what Virginia is about to do redistricting wise, as proof that elections matter.
And my former, I guess he still is current, but my former attorney against Devin Nunes in the state is one of he's the head of the Senate Dems. He's the one leading that cause,
Oh,
Scott
wow.
Suravel, which
Nice.
is great. Yeah, he's been
By the
awesome.
way, I've been thinking about this. I've been talking, and I don't want to sound like a selfish asshole or coward. If y'all need me to run for something, I will. But I live in LA. I can't imagine there's a shortage of self-important Democrats out here who who want to run for office. You don't need one more asshole like me out there.
But you could move back to Kentucky,
Yeah.
just run against Comer and just talk about how he beat up his college girlfriend.
I mean, that's a tough story for me because I was there for the original reporting of that stuff, and
That's true.
it was a very strange, shitty race to cover. In fact, it basically finished me off for political journalism. No, look, I'll be honest with you. Comer's probably gonna be governor at some point. The scummier he gets, the more they love him. Which is just wild to me. It's amazing to me. It's the same people who could elect Andy Bashir twice would then turn around and vote for that pud. But I don't know. People don't make any sense. Sam for
So,
president.
so what you're saying is we need a draft Sam.
I'll tell you a funny story real quick. When I was in college, I wrote a weekly humor column and for the school paper. And like 4 or 5 weeks in, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm running out of ideas." And we were sitting at this bar on campus when I was like talking about this with my friends, and as we were, this young woman came up. She's like, "Vote so and so for student government president." And I just like went light bulb, and I was like, "Oh man, I'll run for student government president, and that'll be like what my column will be about." So I staged a fake campaign. I never got on the ballot or anything.
You were a
And
straw man.
Sort of. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to shape the debate, right?
Yeah.
I tell you, I had a platform of stuff like any professor who gives an exam the week before spring break will be pantsed and paddled on the football team in front of the whole student body. Complete abolition of homework and quizzes. Trying to think. It's been a long
So what you're
time.
saying is you haven't changed at all.
I have not changed one bit. No, this is exactly who I've always been. But no, it's funny because you got to remember I was never actually on the ballot, and I knew it was getting carried away when I was back at that same bar a few weeks later, and somebody had vandalized and scratched in Sam Youngman for SGA Prez into the wall, and so yeah, I dropped out through
That
my
somebody
column.
was you?
No, it was not me.
Okay.
But yeah, I dropped out in my column. And basically, I just like made it like Nixon's going away. Like, okay, that's it. You don't have me to kick around anymore. And but yeah, I felt a little bit like if you've ever seen the movie Brewster's Millions, the remake is better than the original. The remake has Richard Pryor and John Candy, who we love. But that's what I felt like Richard Pryor running on a campaign of none of the above, and he ends up getting all the support. Anyway.
John Candy always gets a shout out on this show.
As he should.
Yeah, totally.
By the
agree with
way,
that.
we've talked a lot about comedy documentaries. We talked about the Candy one. We talked about the Chevy Chase one. I was so happy to see. I did not know this, but Judd Apatow has a 2-night doc about Mel Brooks coming out at I think next week. And oh
Well,
my
that'll
God,
be good and
hell
real.
yeah! I mean, talk about just two brilliant comedians. I mean, Mel Brooks is a one of one Mount Rushmore, and Judd has taken up that mantle. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited.
I think he's great.
Yeah, me too.
Apatow.
Yeah.
Any feedback or thoughts on the movies that we mentioned last week? Any interesting
I'm
comments stand out?
trying to remember. Oh, yeah. So I would bet at least 50 people said that we were neglecting to mention Idiocracy.
Interesting.
And I gotta say, I was not neglecting to mention it because we were talking about funny movies that help distract us from fascism. Idiocracy is a goddamn documentary. Uh, if I want to watch Idiocracy, I could just throw on CNN. It's the same damn thing. I do not find that distracting. So yeah,
Oh, I
that's
see. This is a venting session.
so that was my quibble with Idiocracy. That's why I wouldn't put that on my list.
Well, I'm curious if people can mention in the comments. I sent this to Sam last night. I think Martin Sheen was the voiceover, and this is 6 years old. This is a documentary, but it's 50 minutes, bringing down a dictator. I was going to watch it last night. I didn't. But a couple people sent this to me yesterday, so I think it's starting to just reappear. Bringing down a dictator.
Interesting. I would have said Grandma's Boy if I made the live. Yes, I also really enjoy the movie Grandma's Boy. I'll tell you, I had a buddy crash at my place over the weekend, and we were looking for movies to watch in between really good football games. And we watched Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald, and I will tell you, a lot of it
Oh,
does not
Norm
hold up.
Macdonald, man.
But yeah, it's man, I was howling. I was laughing so hard.
It feels like he just passed away like yesterday. I'm scared to even see when it is. It's probably like 5 years, 4 years, 6 years.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Time doesn't mean anything
What
anymore,
a
does it?
great guy. Great guy. 2021.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, the Biden years really flew by, didn't they? Like we took it for granted, I think.
Yeah, because we were so focused on, getting toilet paper and being able to leave our homes.
No. The Biden years.
Yeah, but he took over the pandemic.
I know, but we could get toilet paper when he took office.
There was still a little bit of a shortage, don't you think? 2020 was when Trump was on his way out.
I think you were just wiping your ass with your hand because you wanted to.
No, that was Republicans using face cloths, washing them, and then wanting to go back to that with Trump again. But who knows? I don't know. I had toilet paper because I was that guy going stocking up.
I figured you were. Yeah, that's. I'm the guy who 5 minutes into a zombie apocalypse, I'm like begging the zombies to finish me off. Once I discovered that Uber Eats doesn't work anymore, that's it. I'm on the clock to starve to death.
That's me too. The correct response should have been, actually, Sam, I don't go number 2. Okay.
Oh, you had your anus sealed shut like Lindsey Graham, so you could always be completely full of shit.
Who was the one that said that they don't go number 2? Was it Elon? Remember
What?
this? There was
No.
somebody there. Yeah, there's somebody. Someone's going to put
Well,
it
I
in the
know, like Pete
comments.
Hegseth said he doesn't wash his hands.
No, there's somebody who says that they don't go number 2. It's going to show up in the comments. And it's, I think you've written about it before, but I don't know who it is. Whatever it is, it's a lie.
You have done the impossible. I am speechless. Yeah, I am.
Great. Have a good night. I'm just kidding.
Therapy achieved.
Therapy achieved. And cut this short, just as every therapist says. No, I'm kidding. Getting towards the happy ending. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. My happy ending comes from people. We talk about, I think I said this last week, but Mr. Rogers' mother said, look for the helpers. And we say, look for the bad motherfuckers. And I keep seeing people going out there with whistles and camera phones, and they might be scared, but they're going out there anyway. And that is the definition of courage. And when we saw through most of 2025 just how cowardly a lot of America can be as it bent the knee to a dickhead dictator, the exact opposite of that feeling we got watching that was watching these people. There was never anybody coming to save us, especially not from Washington. We were always going to have to save ourselves, and we still do.
That was our big line. The only one coming to save ourselves is us.
Yeah. But we're sending a powerful message that we're not going to take this shit line down. And if you want to send some thugs in our neighborhoods, you're going to hear about it.
I see. I must have missed this. Allie put Kim Jong-un in the comments. Allie, welcome to the comments. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for holding down the fort upstairs.
What's Kim Jong-un? What happened to him?
Oh, you and I were just talking about something.
He doesn't shit. Oh,
yes,
yeah,
that's who it is. That's who it is.
I mean, that explains why he looks the way he does.
Robin White and Allie, Kim Jong-un. That's why.
The thing is, I wouldn't want to know somebody who done shit. Can you imagine how miserable they are? I mean,
well, listen, Sam, there's no woman that shits in this world. Okay. That's rule number 1.
You probably think they pee out of their uterus too, don't you?
No. I just think that they don't do anything in the bathroom that smells, and everything's just flowers and roses, and everything is nice and clean.
Whatever you got to tell yourself, champ. I'm going to send you a copy of the book, Everybody Poops.
Okay.
Except Kim Jong-un.
When does your new book come out?
My new book?
Yeah. Everyone shits except for Kim Jong-un.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
I was going to say, just as soon as I start writing the motherfucker.
But if you think Sam and I should write a book, put it in the comments, or, once we post this, let us know, because we've got a bunch of ideas.
We are sort of toying with the idea, but we're not really sure. I mean, it's obviously a lot of work, and we just want to make sure somebody read the fucking thing if we do. So yeah, let us know. A few weeks ago, you recommended One Battle After Another. Saw it. Glad it got so much recognition at the Golden Globes. Great film. Yeah, I'm with you. I really love that movie. I tell you, I was super pissed that Sinners got short shrift because I thought that was a brilliant movie. And I would think, considering the charges of racism that have been leveled at some of these awards committees over the years, to shut out a movie like Sinners is just absolutely fucking crazy to me. It was brilliant. But y'all also know how much I enjoyed Hamnet, which I did. It's a beautiful movie. But yeah, that was my top 3 for last year, was One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Hamnet, with The Naked Gun remake being at the top of all of them.
That's Hamnet, not Hamlet, as you mentioned last time. Okay, everyone says write a book. All right. So, and there's a bunch of book ideas. In the final 60 seconds that we close this thing out, please put any ideas you have for names.
Oh, that's cool. I was thinking either fuck Trump or fuck Trump and his ugly mom.
Well, Claude,
and then colon trolling for freedom.
And is that a colon emoji or it's like the little?
It's no. It's the punctuation mark.
Okay, gotcha. Claudia says Sam and Adam have something to say. There's some fun ones here. I like all of this.
Nice. Don't forget to grab all all those comments.
That's what I'm going to do right now.
I got to.
I would like to apologize to everybody for being 2 to 4 minutes late. I know we don't have LA traffic here.
By the way, I know y'all don't care. He's apologizing to me because I'm a complete OCD asshole about being on time for everything. It's okay, man. I appreciate you putting up with me.
Yeah, thank you. And man, 28 people from Twitter found us, as opposed to, I don't know, our usual 4,000 or 5,000.
Oh, really?
Whatever you guys think in terms of we should do, on Twitter. I don't know. Do we give them the $11? Look, you're the one that said it's like Germany, right?
I know.
If you like not going to Germany to fight the Nazis. I don't know.
I know. I was thinking about that the other day. I did a tweet that did like 30,000, and I was just like, man, that's 30,000 people that wouldn't have seen this talking point otherwise. And it's just, I mean, I think about, we're going to fight Nazis everywhere, right? Well, doesn't that apply here too?
Yeah, and then you get your talking points out there, and God forbid somebody takes that talking point and posts it in their own words. Whew.
I'll go back to Andor when he said I'm forced to use the tactics of my enemies to defeat them, and I think there's something to be said for that.
It's a rough one. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna look up on Virginia how much money the state owes me, and we'll use that money. It was like those little things where it's like they owe you $32 from DirecTV 6 years ago. All right. Well, this was great.
This was fun. Yeah, maybe we can do another one on Friday. I've got I've got doctor's appointment tomorrow to find out if I'm on the right track, which I feel like I am. I'm crushing it at PT. And then Friday I've got PT in the morning, and then maybe we do one in the early afternoon.
I love that. We'll get it scheduled. We'll get it out in the newsletter, and then if for any reason our new baby boy comes sooner, Kyle can join you.
Hell yeah, that sounds like fun.
We'll do a guest host.
He'll probably be on time.
He will, and he'll probably be more entertaining.
No. Who could be more entertaining than you?
I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully the baby comes on time.
What's your hat say?
Dude, this is Smokey the Bear, man.
Oh, I could see Smokey, but I couldn't see what else it said.
I need to zoom it in more. It just says Smokey the Bear. Talks about when he was established. Unfortunately, all these nice things are happening under Trump, the Smokey the Bear birthday, the 250th anniversary, all that stuff. But it is not from the Trump administration. So,
well, we can co-opt his message. Smokey the Bear says only you can fuck with fascist.
And join at thealtmedia.com. Yeah. Okay, great. We'll end this. We'll put 60 seconds up, and then I will grab the comments.
Awesome. Y'all are the best. Love y'all so much. Have a good day.
See you guys. Love y'all. Bye.